0-2 pitch forthcoming to Guillorme. This is fisted out to left, and it falls in front of Sam Travis for a single. All right, well, without further ado, welcome on to N'Keal Harry, Patriots first-round pick, wide receiver, kind enough to spend his night so far at the ballpark. N'Keal, first of all, thanks for stopping by and making the media rounds, and second of all, how's it been so far?
Experience a new place, just getting to see how all the fans interact. They've been very good to me so far, so it's been a great experience so far.
Oh, we talk about the Patriots and all, but you're a Toronto guy. How about those Raptors last night?
Yes, sir.
You watched the game?
I did. I watched a little bit of it. I couldn't watch the whole thing, but I watched a little bit. You know, I'm excited that they got the dub, and I'm just hoping they can keep the momentum going.
I mean, Canada is behind these guys now. They're going crazy up there.
Oh yeah. We really love Canada, so you know they have our support.
First time the NBA Finals have been up there, and the Raptors looking to upset Golden State, and so I was looking at that as far as the Raptors go, and I noticed your high school day. You were a pretty good hoop guy, right?
A little bit. I had a little bit of skill.
I saw the slam dunk. You brought down the backboard. Right? Tell us a little about that. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was honestly one of the craziest moments of anything in my sports career. After that dunk, my hand was all bloody. It was all cut up. But, you know, it was a great moment. That was one of the best
We won't
moments.
tell Bill about that, right? You don't want to see any more. No more dunking.
Yeah, don't tell him
Coach
about
Belichick said the dunking days are over.
Oh,
He
yeah.
shattered the backboard. But so OTAs, what do you think going in they were going to be like, and what they end up being like?
You know, I just expected the game to be very fast, which it really has been like. Just trying to adjust to the game and you know, just having to pick up on the defense and the coverage during so much faster. So that's been the biggest difference. And you know, I just have to make sure I'm doing my due diligence to make sure I'm staying on top of the plays and studying film.
Man at second base who moved up on the ball in the dirt, that's Luis Guillorme. Travis Tyrone's the batter, and he swings through the 3-1 pitch. And a full count here in the second inning. We're with N'Keal Harry, Patriots first-round pick, and N'Keal, a busy day for you. We know that you had some later film than maybe initially planned out. Just what's today been like for you, just on your day job before you come here to the ballpark?
Yeah, today was more of a film and review day. So, you know, I was thinking our usual schedule. We usually start our last rookie meeting from 2:30 to 3:30. But today I went from 2:30 to 4:30, so I had to run home real quick, shower up as fast as I could, and you know, I didn't speed over here, but I definitely picked up the pace a little bit.
Well, we appreciate you being here no matter what, especially when you got everything in full swing already right now.
When you hear Coach Belichick talk about rookies.
This is grounded past Josh Ockme into right field as Cole Sturgeon's over to pick it up. Guillorme scores. And it's 2-0 Syracuse.
Usually you don't get much out of them. You know, it's, hey, we got a long way to go. It's early in the process, blah, blah, blah. When he talks about you, though, he gets a few compliments out there. And the one that seems to come to the table all the time is a smart player. The guy knows, you know, he's got a good IQ for the game. When you're in film study, when you're picking up a lot of the nuances that the Patriots have, does that part of the game come easier to you than maybe the most?
Yeah, I think for me, you know, I've always been the type of person that picks up on things very quickly. And, you know, it's more the same once I got here. You know, I've asked a lot of questions just to make sure I know everything that's going on, especially when I'm in the film room, because I don't want to get out there and not know what to do. So that's been my biggest thing, just asking questions and making sure I know everything before I actually get to the field, because I don't want to make a fool out of myself, and I want to earn the trust of my teammates and my coaches.
Do you think that was a big reason why they picked you in the first round, the fact that you have that retention ability, you know, to know what's happening and where you're supposed to be?
I mean, it could have been, but, you know, I'm not exactly sure. You know, that'd be more of a question for them.
Yeah, Bill will be forthcoming with that. It'd be great.
Batter here is Gregor Blanco out of the 8th spot in the order for Syracuse with a man at first. Hey, so speaking of the way that Bill Belichick speaks about you, I want to ask you about the draft day phone call. And before we talk about what that moment means to you, just the cell service, how did that go with Bill in trying to make sure that you could hear him and get a hold of him?
Yeah, it took about the third attempt to actually get the phone call to go through. I was in Scottsdale. There was a lot of mountains around me, so I didn't really have too good a service like that. I wasn't expecting the service to be that bad, but you know, life throws curveballs at people every once in a while, so we had to deal with it, and luckily we were able to figure it out.
What was the moment like when you get on the horn with him and you just realize, hey, you know, something I've worked for my whole life is really becoming a reality?
You know, it was surreal. I was extremely stressed the whole night, especially going throughout the first round. I was the last pick of the first round, so God really tested me on that one. You know, it was just a great moment. You know, it was probably the greatest moment of my life to be able to share that with my family, my friends, and you know, it's something that'll stick with me for the rest of my life.
The reports coming out even over the last couple of days about what was happening in that war room with the Patriots and how excited they were that you were dropping down to a point where they could get you, and you could hear the talk back and forth in there between Belichick and others about how much they thought of you and the fact that they had an opportunity to get you, and maybe were a little bit surprised that they were able to do that. It's going to make you feel pretty good that people, especially him, at that level, think so much of you.
Yeah, you know, it's a great thing. You know, I feel very blessed, and I'm very thankful that they were willing to pull the trigger on me and to pick me with the last pick of the first round. So, you know, moving forward, I'm just doing everything I can to just make sure I live up to the expectations and do everything I can to do my part and, you know, just help the team get wins.
So getting a chance to catch balls from Tom Brady is probably something that ran through your mind as soon as you got the word that you were going to be a New England Patriot. He wasn't at OTAs, but there's some pictures out there that said that you and he may have tossed the ball around a little bit over at the Brady estate. A little different feel getting one coming off of that hand.
You know, it was a little bit different, but you know, it was a great moment. You know, I can tell just by his work ethic and the way that he carries himself. It's easy to see why he's made it this far, and you know, I'm just really looking forward to getting to work with him moving forward in OTAs and training camp.
He caught a ball from a lot of different quarterbacks along the way, and those of us who know the game a little bit but not as intricately as you do would say, okay, that ball is there or it's not there. But in a matter of an inch or two for a guy like Brady to put it somewhere makes a big difference, right? Here's your throw right here. Not bad at all. Got a little break on that ball.
Yeah, I didn't get to warm up too much. So
I mean, for not warming up though, that's fine.
Yeah, it was decent. Could have done better, but you know, it was all right.
Any baseball in your history? You play it all?
Yeah, I played baseball back in high school, and you know, all throughout middle school and early elementary school.
What position?
I was a pitcher, first base, and outfield.
So that was normal for you right there.
Yeah.
Did you get to talk much with Trevor Kelly, the guy who caught that from it? He's from Rhode Island. He's a huge Patriots fan.
Yeah, I talked to him a little bit after the pitch. I didn't get to talk to him a whole lot because, you know, we were short on time, but I did get to have a nice little conversation with him.
Big Patriots fan who was excited to have the football to throw to you as well.
So what'd you get? You have fastball? Good fastball when you're on the mound?
A little breaking ball for him. Had to make sure it dropped into the strike zone a little bit.
Oh, it did there, yeah. But back when you were playing in high school and stuff?
Oh, yeah, the fastball was my go-to pitch. I know my arm movement didn't really look like I played too much, but I promise you if I would have warmed up a little bit.
Working on the shoulders too much.
Yeah, most definitely.
And when you got to the plate, could you get something done there? A good hitter?
Yeah, I was more like a power hitter or nothing. So
all or nothing guy.
Yeah. I stopped playing baseball because the curveball kind of ruined my self-confidence. I would see the curveball come straight to my face and drop in the strike zone. That's when I decided, yeah, baseball wasn't for me.
Yeah, a lot of our careers.
Like that's Tim Tebow facing a curveball right there.
Right.
A lot of our careers ended at that point. Don't worry about it.
We're with N'Keal Harry, Patriots first-round pick, kind enough to spend some time with us here at the ballpark. He's been making the rounds throughout the first pitch that you just saw. Came from the radio side of things, and he'll be meeting fans down on the concourse once he's done with us media folks up here. 1-2 sails high to Tim Tebow.
You know, N'Keal, you talked on a few occasions during OTAs about what you've learned already from Julian Edelman. Talk about the insight that he's given you and what you have taken away in the early going in your relationship. You
know, just the way he approaches the day, every day. You know, he has a constant routine and he sticks to it, and he just makes sure he's always doing what he needs to do. He always has a chip on his shoulder, and he's always extremely determined in whatever he does.
Tim Tebow strikes out, and there's 2 gone here in this second inning. Back to the top for Rajai Davis as we have another look at the off-speed delivery from Stankiewicz. And Nikhil, I want to ask you about the folks that you have with you here tonight as well. And I know you've been so close throughout your whole life with your grandmother. What has she meant to you?
She's meant the world to me. There's no way I would have even been here today if it wasn't for that woman. So she's given a whole lot to me. She sacrificed a whole lot for me. So, I feel like I owe that woman the world.
Want to know the count on Rajai Davis, who homered his first time leading off this ball game for Syracuse. Nearly came inside, and he had to spin out of the way. Two outs, man, at second base for the Mets, up 2-0. A run already in this inning. And Davis drives another one in the air to left center field. Gorkys Hernandez is back, and he makes the running catch up against the wall to end the inning. That brings things to a close, Nikhil. Thanks so much for stopping by and coming to the ballpark tonight.
Appreciate having you. Good luck, man.
Patriots first-round pick, Nikhil Harry. If you don't already, remember the name. We go to the bottom of the second after this.